welcome back to my channel. Oh, I added lights back here because I was hoping that that would shine, and because I'm not changing my backdrop. It's a whole thing and I don't have another option that looks better than this. So hopefully you can see all of this. So today's video, I'm doing Maleficent. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I did all of this before even starting any of this. I've had this on for so long, my ears are already getting sore. We need to dive right in because this has to go. This has to get going. But I did this before I started the video because I wanted to make sure that I would be able to do this before diving into the makeup. I have the horns, obviously I'm not gonna just like leave it like this. So I made the horns first and then did this. All I did is I took a wig cap and I just like stretched it all the way down kind of like under my ears, and it didn't stay. I took another wig cap that didn't fit my head and I cut the tip off of it and then just basically made like a headband around here, and that was how I was able to kind of like pull it down over my ears and make this part. I trimmed, it was here, I trimmed this. This is electrical tape. I just went at it. In the horns, I formed aluminum foil into the horns and then wrapped it with the electrical tape. I am having a hard time hearing, so hopefully my music's not too loud and hopefully I'm not screaming. Okay, we're just gonna dive right into this one because like I said, I just need to get this done because my ears are hurting and I just want to get this off of my head. Also, I'll just throw this out there at the beginning of the video. Please go see my TikToks because I'm making 3 with this look. It's too good of a look to not do like all of the TikToks with. And I'm really excited with how they're gonna turn out because I already started them. So head over to my TikTok, head over to my Instagram after this and see the final photos, the TikToks, all that good stuff. Okay, so she's like super pasty pale and I don't want to be like white, but I'm thinking about adding a little bit of like my white like eye primer in with a foundation. In my mind, it seems like it's gonna work. And I'm just gonna be super careful around the edges of this. Fingers crossed, guys, that this wasn't for nothing because my ears are killing me. I should have taken my conch piercing out for this. Okay, so for no real reason other than the fact that it's just on my table, I'm gonna go in with the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. I absolutely love this foundation. My friend Allie had given me a whole bunch of makeup and I think that this was in the box. So shout out to Allie. This stuff is amazing. It's like my favorite foundation. So I'm just taking this and kind of just scooping some out on this palette and then putting some of the Beauty Creations Color Base Primer in Whiteout in with that. And I'm not going overboard. I just want to lighten it. I don't want it to be like full blown, just like white crazy face. So like maybe that ratio up here. I don't know. We'll see. You know, I've done some crazy things with these looks over these years, but I don't think I've ever done anything as crazy as wrapping my head with electrical tape. So hopefully it pays off because I feel like it could turn out really cool. Okay, I feel like this is gonna work. That ratio I think worked. Hopefully I mixed enough. We'll see. And I actually am just gonna, oh, where did this blue come from? Oh, the back of the palette, the back of the palette. But I'm just gonna use this little brush that I normally use with my foundation because to be honest with you, like, it's not gonna ruin the foundation brush that I normally use. I'm already pale and this is basically what I do anyway. Oh, I think this is gonna work good. So I'm just slathering this everywhere. What's with all of my like bad guy women that I've done in the past like 2 years for these looks having like pasty skin and a red lip? And I'm probably gonna bring this down my neck. I'm hoping to tuck my earlobes like up inside of this for like the final photos and everything. But I think I'm gonna bring this down my neck because I have like a coat that I'm gonna wear for this look, just for like photos and stuff. But I don't want like any of the skin that is showing to just like not mesh with the rest of the look. You know, I keep getting sad that I haven't been to a haunted house this year, like in my area. But also I keep remembering that I literally went to Busch Gardens like weeks ago with Preston for the Howl-O-Scream. So like, I went to like 5 haunted houses already and I feel like I haven't gone to any. Why am I upset? And I'm trying to be pretty careful around like the edges of this electrical tape, even though I feel like even if you do get a little bit of makeup on it, you could probably just go in with like a makeup wipe and just wipe it off and it'd probably take like 2 seconds to fix. So gosh, it feels really weird for me to not have nails on right now. The other day I had to take my spiderweb ones off because they had just grown out so much. I was hurting myself on literally everything. And I just didn't feel like doing nails when I took them off. So I'm just like waiting. I'm gonna probably put more on later, but it feels just weird having regular person nails. Oh yeah, don't worry too much about getting this on this because I literally just wiped it off with my finger. Quick fix. And I'm actually also, I think, gonna bring this down onto my chest because I don't know how much of this is gonna be showing with the jacket. I'll take these necklaces off too beforehand, but I just don't feel like doing it at this current moment. I'm having flashbacks to high school, like early high school, because for some reason I thought that I could be like a member of the theater kids, and I was in a play. I was in Alice in Wonderland. I was a very small part, but I played a frog. I played a frog and I had to wear a swim cap, and it felt exactly like this. I don't know how people that swim wear those things and it's just like normal to them. I sent a picture of this to Preston with no context and he was like, what even? Oh guys, I am trying my best to get through this. My head is starting to hurt really bad, and why I chose to do 3 different TikToks for this look is just beyond me. I'm mixing up a tiny little bit more of the foundation and that whiteout mixture. Only I'm doing a little bit more of the whiteout. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the camera because I'm trying to work fast. My head hurts so bad, but I'm just making it a little bit lighter because I want to focus that under my eyes for like a little bit of like a highlight sort of thing. Holy guacamole, dude. Why did I put the tape on so tight? That was not necessary. Okay, focusing this under my eyes. I also, like, for whatever reason, procrastinated this like the whole time. So like I put this on my head and then went and did other things. Like I ate, I was just hanging around because I'm like, oh my gosh, what if it doesn't work? So like before I even got started on any of this, I had already been wearing it for like 30 minutes. Like I don't know why I did this to myself. Now Maleficent is like the contour queen here. I know a lot of people use prosthetics on their cheekbones to make them like pop out like hers did. I don't have prosthetics, nor do I know how to use them. So I'm just gonna be doing some crazy contour, just so you know. So this is gonna just act as like a good under eye highlight in this little like triangle here. Okay, I think that this is ghostly pale enough. Okay, and then to set everything, I am gonna use Coty Airspun, but I'm gonna do something a little different and like fingers crossed it works. I have this KVD Interstellar palette that I just honestly never really use. So I'm gonna scrape some of this color, this like light color, and mix it in with the Coty Airspun because I'm hoping that that kind of gives like a little bit of like a white sort of a situation, you know, instead of just like the skin color. I don't know if it's gonna work. I've never done this before, but you know, trial and error. And then I'm just using a brush to set everything. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I am having some regrets. I'm having some regrets at this point. My head is killing me. My head is killing me. I'm not even done with the makeup. I have 3 TikToks to finish and I still have photos to take. And I'm not even done. I'm not even close to be done. I'm getting text messages from like everyone and I feel like a jerk for not responding. But quite honestly, if I take any time not just doing the makeup, I think my head's gonna explode. I think my head will explode by the end of the video if I respond to you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, and then I'm just gonna bake under my eyes with just like a little sponge. All right, we are doing well. I think that was the move, adding some eyeshadow in. I always try to set things like with the eyeshadow itself, but then it ends up looking super powdery and weird. So just kind of like mixing that in with the powder helped significantly. Okay, so as far as contour, I think I'm gonna do like a mixture of my Anastasia light to medium contour kit and some of the Morphe 35K palette right here because I mean she's got some crazy contour going on. I don't have prosthetics, so we just got to make this happen. I'm probably going to use some of like the gray tones in here, which I know seems crazy, but yeah, I'll mix that with like the regular contour shade and I think it's going to work out beautifully. And she doesn't really have like a lot of like forehead contour because obviously her forehead is covered, but she has like some contour like right here, like coming out basically kind of from her eyeshadow. So I'm gonna do a little bit of contouring just like right here, and I'm gonna do eyeshadow too. I just want to like start with this as like a good base. And then I'm just gonna take like this corner gray shade here just on the tip of this brush, just a little bit, and going back over that just because I feel like that contour is still like, even though it's kind of got like a grayish brown undertone, it's still too warm for what I'm looking for right now. I'm actually going in with that gray first on my cheeks. And she has this little situation going on, so I'm just like curving out this part of my cheeks. I gotta like push on the back of my head because my hair is in a braid, so I feel like doing this releases some of the tension. And then I'm just going back over that with the lightest shade in this contour kit. And I'm not gonna go super heavily on the sides of my nose here because honestly, she really doesn't have that chiseled of a nose, at least in the photo that I'm basing this look off of. So I'm just lightly going down the sides there. All the attention is on the cheekbones with this one. All right, that is good for the time being. If I feel like I need to add more down the road, we will. So now that this is done, I think I'm gonna tackle the eyebrows because she doesn't really have blush, she doesn't really have highlighter. I think that this is pretty much it for the base, unless I just wanna do like touch-ups at the end, we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. I think I'm gonna do my brows off camera because I'm literally just doing them the same way that I always do. She has like a pretty good arch and I feel like I generally like to have a pretty good arch to my brows. So yeah, if you want a separate brow tutorial, let me know. I'll show you how I do my brows on a normal day. Okay, so brows are done. My headache is getting worse. So I think for the eyes, I'm gonna stick to using that Morphe palette. And I am going to start out. So she has like a pretty highlighted brow bone here. And I think I might start with that just so that I can kind of like have that for reference. So I'm gonna use like the white shade that's right in here and just like highlight right under that brow bone there. Okay, and then just on like a fluffy brush, I think I'm gonna dip into like this very middle shade right here, this brown. She has some like deeper, what looks like maybe dark brown or black on her eyes. But just to start out in the crease, I'm just gonna use that shade. And I'm keeping the majority of that like pigment like right in this little area because I want all of this to be like this. Her face is very like chiseled and lifted. I'm gonna focus this mainly on this outer portion. I'm not going up super duper high in this front portion yet anyway. I am gonna do a little bit of extra something here in a minute, but just kind of lightly blending it through the crease here. And she doesn't have a lot on the lower lash line, so I am actually gonna take a little bit of that same color and just lightly kind of brush along the lower lash line. I'm not doing a whole bunch down there. I am kind of mainly focusing any of that deeper pigment though on this outer bit right here. Okay, and then I'm gonna take probably this like deep brown right here and then just start to pack that on my eyelid. Oh my gosh, I like can't raise my eyebrows, so I keep having to like angle my head and my mirror in different ways. And I'm just packing this on the lid and then lightly blending it out into that previous color that we had just done. All right, so going back in with the fluffy brush, I'm gonna take more of that first shade that we had done just as like the transition color. And she has like a little bit of like a contour thing going on from her eyeshadow like down her nose. Kind of like how we did with Cruella last year. So I'm just gonna lightly do this little number here. And then just taking a little bit of that white shade that we used on the brow bone and I'm putting that like right in this little space here, like right underneath of where we just took that. Okay, and then I'm just taking like a smaller fluffy brush and grabbing some of the black in that palette. And I'm literally only focusing this on this very outer edge of our eye here. Okay, and then she has like a tiny little fox eye sort of situation going on the inner portion. I'm honestly not really gonna go in much further than where like my actual inner corner is. I'm just gonna kind of like define it a little bit. And I'm gonna use the AF94 Backline liquid liner in the shade Shipwreck. This is from Halsey, her like drugstore line or whatever. And it's not like a stark black or really like a brown. It's like a reddish brown. I don't know. I really like it, but I think that it's gonna work perfectly for this. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do some mascara and my lashes off camera, and then I'll be back to do the lip. And then, like I said, I might add some more contour. I don't know. It looks pretty good in this lighting on this camera, but also in TikToks, it's kind of not as dramatic as I would want it to be. So we'll see. We'll see. For mascara, I'm just using the Maybelline Curl Bounce mascara. And then I'm going to pop on some of the Kiss Naked Drama Ruffle lashes. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. All right guys, mascara and lashes are done. Now all I have left to do is the lip. So to line my lips, I'm actually going to use the RuPaul eyeliner. This one is in the shade Mighty Love. It's red and it's very pretty. And she doesn't have like a super pointy cupid's bow or anything, but she does have like a cupid's bow. I've been like rounding it out. So I'm just going to like keep that shape on the top this time. Okay, so now I'm just taking this little mixture for my lips, and this is just in the Anastasia lip palette. A mixture of this red right here, and then this like orangey red right here. This was like a little bit too deep of a red. I wanted it to be bright, so I mixed in a little bit more of this like orangey red. And then I also added just like a touch of this NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Cherry Pie, because I, again, just wanted it to be a little bit more bam. I also just wanted it to be a little glossy. So pretty. Okay, and then setting everything just using the NYX Matte Finishing Spray. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna go ahead and stick the horns to the top of this and get changed into my little outfit, and I will be right back. How did I do? Oh man, guys, this has been a ride. This has been a ride. I'm super proud of this. Like literally so proud of how this turned out. The horns could be a little bit better, but honestly, like it took me 15 minutes to make them. So like, I feel like for 15 minutes worth of work, it's pretty darn good. So yeah, like I said, all I did was like, I just formed aluminum foil, like just took like strips of aluminum foil and crunched it up and kind of just formed it into the shape that I was wanting. And then just wrapped the whole thing with electrical tape. And then even just now, just to connect it to my head, I also just wrapped the base with electrical tape. This right here is literally just a hairband. It's actually what I used for my fortune teller look, where I just wrapped it around my head. Yeah, I just wrapped it around my neck. And this is just a sports bra. This is just my sports bra. And yes, I do know that this is like furry and like hers is more like almost feathery sort of stuff coming up, but I don't have that. I don't have that. Okay, so this is what I'm working with. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching this one. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button down below and to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like I said at the beginning, head over to my TikTok after this and head over to my Instagram to see all of the fun, good content that I made throughout this whole thing. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. I hope you have a great day, a great night, whatever time of day it is when you are watching this, and I will see you in the next spooky Halloween video. Bye!